Welcome to the FitBiz Accelerator, your ultimate guide to launching, growing, and scaling a thriving online fitness business. I'm your host, Tobias Young, and whether you're just starting out or looking to take your business to the next level, this podcast is packed with actionable tips, real-world strategies, and the insights you need to crush your business goals and build the business of your dreams. Now that you're here, let's dive in. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the FitBiz Accelerator. And if you are passionate about fitness and big-time events, you're in for a treat today. Today's guest is none other than Gabe Scarpelli, who is a fitness industry entrepreneur, a personal friend of mine, and he's got over 25 years of experience. And he's worked with some of the biggest brands in the fitness space. He's owned multiple health clubs across the West Coast, and he is the mastermind behind the Evo Sports Expo, one of the largest fitness expos on the West Coast. So Gabe, welcome to the show. It's an honor to have you on, my man.
Thank you so much for having me. Really grateful for this time with you. I know we're both real busy, so it's nice we get to re-collaborate on some fun stuff coming up.
Hell yeah, man. I'm super excited about your expo, and we'll definitely dive into that, which is going to intrigue a lot of the people listening in here. And tell me about this, man. You've been in the fitness industry since 1996, old school. What initially drew you into the industry, man?
So I was about 15 years old, and my dad signed us up as a family for our first gym membership. And the company was called Royal Courts, and it was this little small gym over here in San Jose, right near my house. And I walked in there. I started working out, didn't know what I was doing, and I just fell in love with the vibe. The people, the gym, the noise, everything about it was really intriguing. After 2 weeks of working out there, I applied for a job. I had to be a part of it.
Wow. So when did you first get started working in the industry? How old were you?
So I was 15 years old. 2 weeks later, I got in there, and they started training me for front desk. I didn't know what I was doing. It was kind of like my first experience in work. But all I knew, I wanted to make it work because I thought the vibe was really awesome. And again, I met some really good people like right out the gate, which really kind of inspired me to want to be a part of that community.
Yeah. So if that was 25 years ago, man, I thought you were only about like 25 years old.
Yeah. No, as you can tell by the gray in this beard. Yeah, I turned 45 next month.
Oh, so. Shoot. I turned 50 next month. Gosh. Yeah. So we gotta have a collaboration birthday party, man. So.
We will. We definitely got to do that.
And you've worked with some major gym brands, right? So there's been LA Fitness, there's been Gold's Gym, 24-Hour Fitness, like some of the same ones that I actually used to do as well. And what were some of the biggest lessons that you actually learned from those experiences working in those big box corporate gym chains?
Sure. So after working with Royal Courts, it was a small family operation, really good people, the Ramona family, who I'm still friends with to this day. That's what I love about the industry. 25 years later, we still connect and we still talk. I moved back into, I wanted to have a little more serious approach. So I went to Gold's Gym right here in the Bay Area and worked with the McCall Gym Group. And what I learned there immediately was there's levels to this fitness game. There's the leisurely come in and work out and kind of do your 45 minutes. I got to Gold's and it was hardcore. It was great. I walked into a whole nother vibe, whole nother level, a whole nother seriousness. And I fell in love with that one too. Honestly, that was like, wow, okay. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm not the strongest guy, but I can see who is. And I'm going to look like that guy. I got to get there.
Yeah.
And then after I left there, I was there for about 5 years. I started working with, big box groups, like you said, like LA Fitness and 24-Hour Fitness. That's where I learned my business acumen. I got to commend them. They, at a young age, gave me a lot of responsibilities managing and opening gyms for them. And I was able to really cultivate sales, cultivate management styles. As a younger man, I was able to lead a team of 20 to 30 people responsible for huge budgets. And it just inspired me to have an understanding for business. And I think it's what led me to want to do it myself.
Yeah. So what was that journey like from working with those big brands and then being able to transition to owning your own health clubs?
I took everything that I learned at those spots. And even working for, like, let's say a good example is LA Fitness. I'd work 75 hours a week, like no BS. I was there 10 hours a day, 6 days a week minimum, sometimes 7 days a week. And that was outside of opening clubs. We were just always on the hustle, making it happen. And in the street or in the club, we were always responsible for big numbers. So I got to admit, I mean, I do have a good work ethic, but I learned a lot of that stability through what they taught me. And I took that to my first operation, which was World Gym down in Vista, San Diego. And I had a good partnership. I had someone who was a mentor to me, who really gave me a lot of insight about the business from an accounting standpoint and other stuff that you really don't get as a manager. So I think he helped me be more well-rounded, but the hustle never changed. I just was able to do it for myself and reap more of the benefits of operation. And my family and we took it as a really good stride forward. It was the biggest chance I'd ever taken in my life at the time. And I don't look back. And I think I've opened 6 gyms now, and I'm in my, and I'm happy to say we're still here.
Hell yeah. That's freaking awesome, man. And I remember all those times, and I remember working those long ass hours and all the different closeouts, and it was like pre-close out and then close out, and then like the day after close out, held over close out, and like there's like a million closeouts every month. And then literally you'd have to work extra hours, and sometimes they would get pissed off if you took a lunch break and wanted to work out or something. I was like, oh my gosh, you're killing me. And so yes, I know the grind, but once you have that work ethic, man, it just transforms you and you just become a machine. So you can like literally just take that same work ethic. And then obviously that's where you learn some badass systems, is those corporate gyms, because they spent millions and millions of dollars in incorporating the right type of system so they know what scales. That's why they have a very scalable product. And now you're able to take that and use those scalable systems for yourself, which is really cool. So yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And taking those and actually adapting them to your own business. It's a great way. I mean, anyone who's young and interested in this industry, I highly recommend getting with people that can get you like the skills and the things that make you successful. And it is a grind. A lot of people aren't cut out for this life. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. Not many people are willing to work 70 hours a week. They don't even know what a closeout is. We'd be there on a Monday afternoon, responsible for triple gross on a day. It could be any other day. It could have been St. Patrick's Day. We were responsible for whatever we're responsible for. And if you embrace it and you learn from it and then you cultivate your team around it, they were actually pretty fun days. Even though they were stressful, the camaraderie and like the family that we would build there was second to none.
Yeah, I remember having all the tables. You invite vendors to come in and just build the excitement and get people to do samples. And that, man, you can take a lot of that kind of philosophy and incorporate that for your expos. And you've built one of the biggest multi-sport fitness expos in the nation. So what was the vision behind Evo Sports Expo?
So originally it was called MMA Evolution Expo. And what we were trying to do, because I was in the combat sports arena as well as the fitness arena, we were building out MMA shows throughout California and becoming pretty successful combat sports promotions. We wanted to break down MMA into its core competencies of these individual sports: the judo, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, karate, taekwondo, Muay Thai, MMA, and everything. So we were like, how do we get everyone to become a better fan? And the way we thought we would do that is to show them the different components of MMA and inspire them to look at them differently. So when they would watch a fight, they were not only more educated, but they had more affinity and like an understanding of what it takes to become that athlete. After we started building that out, there were so many fitness sports that reached out to us because we did a good job in the combat sports space that we started adding powerlifting and weightlifting and bodybuilding. And then all these other sports really were opening their doors to us. I said, you know what, there's a bigger community here, guys. We've done a good job here. So where we started with 3 sports, our first expo, we've had 33 sports on our largest expo.
Wow, that's insane. Yeah, you go there and there's like so much awesome energy at Gabe's expos. There's like things, and we'll dive into this in a little bit, but there's all different type of events there, like things you would never even think of, right? So
yeah, we've
pretty
had some
soon I'm going to be
came.
seeing the slap
slap boxing,
where they knock each other out by slapping each other. And you're now in 4 major cities, right? How did you scale from one event to multiple locations?
That was a tough one. When you have a hometown of Santa Clara, where I'm born and raised, it was a lot easier. I could pull connections and friends, and I had a lot of support. You know, really fortunate in business to have the support that I do. So I was able to look at this and say, hey, you know, if we want to expand, how can we find similar support systems and similar like-minded individuals? And the only way we did that was we went into each marketplace and we actually went to events. We drove around, we flew around, we stayed in different territories and developed those relationships so we could build similar Santa Clara shows. So last year we added Sacramento back after COVID, and we actually had the same numbers we had in Santa Clara, which doesn't happen. Usually a territory takes time to build, and I'm happy to say they opened their arms to us first show, and I was really impressed by the community, and I think they were just grateful that we would build something like this for them, and we're excited to be back. And the next big one we would like to do is Anaheim. We want to hit that SoCal market again, and I love Southern California. There's so many ways to like do exciting things in the spaces that they have available to us. So we're always expanding, and now we're looking out of state as some opportunities too.
Ooh, I love it, man. And let's talk about the Evo Sports Expo, which is happening April 12th.
Yeah.
What can attendees who go there, what can they expect this year?
So as you walk in the door, it's going to be nothing but pure action. You're going to walk into 3,000 athletes sharing and showcasing their favorite sport, pastime, and anything that they've been training for the last 3 months or 3 years is going to happen that day. There is every sport you can imagine under the sun, all happening at the same time. And as these competitors are doing what they love, you have this full array of great exhibitors, different local businesses, supplement companies, nutrition companies, gear companies, and service-based companies that are showcasing their business. What you'll find is a pocket of 30 different communities all under one roof that are sharing and showcasing all their passions.
I love it, man. And you might even see Tobias Young at TNT.
Oh, we're seeing him
in the house.
We're seeing him. He's going to be on site. Absolutely. You know?
Oh man. And so what are some of the big competitions that are happening this year? Do you have any competitions that will be actually at the expo this year?
We do. So out of the comps we just added High Rocks, which is Live Strong. It's a great obstacle course race. And we've also added Spartan Race, which is called Deca Comp. And they run a Deca Strong and a Deca Mile. So you're going to see about 300 athletes come together and showcase time-trialed OCRs in the format of like a 10-station obstacle course, which is really unique. All the combat sports will be there. So Muay Thai boxing, kickboxing, and MMA are all going to be at the forefront. And then even at pro wrestling. I mean, there's got to be some entertainment value. So you're going to see some high-flying, acrobatic, 300-pound gigantors flying off the top rope, having a blast. I can't help but stop while I'm walking through the show on business, and my eyes are all over the place. And once in a while, I look like, I don't know how you do that. I would have fallen on my ass.
Yeah.
So,
I saw some of those guys, and sometimes they wear those masks and things. And
yeah.
when they're doing some crazy stuff, I was like, damn, this dude's got some mobility.
Yeah.
And are there any big name brands or any celebrity appearances that'll be there this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So Rain will be out there. We have a lot of large nutrition companies and supplement companies. We're working with Vitamin Shop and a lot of local brands too. I mean, we do have big companies, but we really like to highlight our communities. And that's why I think the communities we go into really appreciate what we do, is that although you will be guilty by association with some amazing top tier, big, large companies, you're also going to be able to get in there and talk to local mom and pop shops that, are also the fabric of what we do. We have a couple of really big names coming this year. We have Wendy Fortino coming out. We're going to have Victor Martinez, who's a really big fan favorite. He does a lot of unique podcasts with Generation Iron, and he's really just a fun guy to work with. And then one of our top influencers that's showing up is Baby Don't Hearn Me. We got Michael Hearn coming back to the Bay Area, and it's always a fun time. So this year we're doing something way different too. We're going to actually do a workout with the pros. We're going to give the people an opportunity to actually work out with some of these pro workout athletes. And that's something unique I don't think anyone's done yet. We were trying to think of different interactive pieces that would create experiences that people want to see. And that's the one we're going to run with. We're going to launch that actually on Monday. And I'm just really excited about that.
Oh, that is awesome, man. Can you hear me okay, Gabe?
It's a little echoey. It just got a little echoey.
Oh, man, for some reason, my mic disconnected out of nowhere. And now it's not connected back. So I think it's going through the speakers, not through the computer. So bear with me, everybody. If you don't hear the audacious vocals that you normally hear. It's all good. So you're gonna have some of those. Yes, those are some huge names in there, and I know they have huge followings in there. Tell me about that kind of influencer type of workout thing. Like, what's that gonna look like? They're gonna actually be taking people through workouts, like some of the top influencers, people that have like huge followings on social media.
Yeah, I mean, there's a collective of almost 10 million followers that are in this group. And what we're going to do is I'm going to build a gym. I'm going to build a gym right in the middle of the expo. And then for our special guests that come in, we're going to actually have them work out with a select few groups of people throughout the day, giving them tips, letting them see what their routines look like, answering questions. I wanted to have something interactive. I wanted to give people that chance. I watch Mike O'Hearn all the time work out in Venice Beach. And I missed him the last time I was down at Venice working out. But I was like, well, if I missed him, so many other people did. Maybe there's something cool we could put together. And if I got to build a gym, if you build it, they will come. I can almost promise you people are going to have an experience that's really rare. And hopefully an experience that's a memory that they're really going to enjoy.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know who Michael O'Hearn is, just Google him. This dude looks like freaking – he's a beast.
For sure.
He is strong like a mofo as well. So some guys are just big but not strong, but this dude is super strong. He was one of the American Gladiators.
He was the original American Gladiator. I mean, this guy's been in fitness for a long, long time. More magazine covers than anyone in the world, I think. That's his record. And then he's doing movies. He's doing an incredible job of just staying in the public eye on so many different fronts. And then his thing is power bodybuilding. So, building out muscles and tendons and bone structures and, creating this superhero physique at his age or at anyone's age. I'd be glad to have that physique at 25. And he lives the lifestyle, he talks the lifestyle, and he's about it. So anyone who's this deep into this is just someone we really had to have. So we're excited to have all of them come out for this.
Yeah, he's insane. And Wendy Fortino is amazing too. She's such an awesome person. Just her personality is so cool in there too. And I know I've got some big names in the past, like
Victor Martinez is like a gigantic. Victor Martinez still looks like he could go on stage and probably, compete at a pretty high level. I mean, that guy's jacked. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I mean, we've had Ronnie Coleman. Yeah, we've had some really good names. We've had Sean Reyes come out. Stan Efferdine came out. He was talking about, the carnivore diet and different things that they got going on. But we always try to engage with people that are, maybe you see them online. Maybe you kind of know their story. You've seen like what they do digitally. It's different when you meet them in person. You can have a real conversation with them and you realize that they are really normal people with just extraordinary views, extraordinary work ethic. And there's so much to learn.
Yeah, no, I love it, man. And you've built multiple health clubs and a successful promotion company as well. And what type of advice would you give to fitness entrepreneurs that are trying to scale their business? Or maybe they have, one smaller gym and they're trying to get to multiple locations.
So it's all locations now, right? It's being in the right location. We own gyms in San Diego. We own gyms in Santa Clara and downtown San Jose. We've opened up boxes in pretty successful cities. And, the passion stays with you. So I think that people get wrapped around trying to just get something open, but doing it the right way and being able to produce something that's dynamic enough to, embrace what your passion is super important. Secondarily is not being afraid of diversification. These specialty niche gyms, I mean, they're great, but when you only have that, you put a lot of eggs in one basket. I've seen a lot of boutique gyms in the last couple of years after COVID really just go away, just close. I think they were great. Some people really like the niche, but at one point or another, having the ability to pivot and diversify, I think is part of the game. There's constantly new attributes to fitness and different ways that people want to have, modalities that make them happy and fit. So I think you have to be flexible with it and understand the dynamics of what fitness has become, not what it used to be.
Yeah, with so many different fitness events that are popping up, how do you stay ahead and how do you continue to grow for you?
Yeah.
Every single year you guys are getting bigger.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing we're afforded, right? So part of that diversification in our own gym, we have 5 different types of gyms in our gym in Santa Clara. We do gymnastics, judo. We have martial arts, tricking. We have dryland diving. We have CrossFit, and we have a fully functioning gym. Well, those different things afford us a lot of latitude for flexibility. So if one thing is not doing as well, we actually just added boxing this year in December. So we're always doing the same thing. We're always adapting to the environment, changing, and trying to create new ways for people to stay fit, stay active. More importantly, stay motivated. You get 3 months for a habit, but most people, even with a good habit, after a while, it's mundane or monotonous. So we try to break it up and make fitness fun. And I think during the expo, we're driving around, flying around. I still go business to business personally because I love meeting with the people. And at the end of the day, I get to see what they're doing. And sometimes it's inspiring differently. I was with someone last 3 weeks ago, and he does strict arm curl. One of his mentors is CT Fletcher. They have a new gym they just built in Santa Clara. It's pretty close to mine, and it's just a great experience. I walked in there, and I'm like, this guy's doing it different. It's ageless strength, and I really just commend him for embracing a different version of fitness. But then he does have functional fitness, powerlifting, and other things to keep the masses coming to his business.
Nice. No, that's cool, man. So there's a lot of different types of avenues that you're diving into. And then for those people that are listening right now, where can they get tickets or where can they register for the Evo Sports Expo?
So everything lives on evosportsglobal.com. And if you go there, there is a separate page for each one of the events. So if someone is really into powerlifting or weightlifting, you would find that subpage, and all the details are there for you to compete and register for your specific event. Our tickets are open ticket, which means you don't have to buy a separate ticket per one of the 30 events. You buy one ticket, you get to see everything. It was really important for us to be open. Really important that nobody felt segregated into one zone. We used to do that with bodybuilding shows. They would have their own designated area. I want to have one big open community party. So even the bodybuilding ticket is all inclusive into what we do. There's only one other upgrade ticket, which would be the VIP ticket. That's for more of the exclusive packaging and working with the pros, and that's a great option too. But we wanted to make it accessible for everybody to come in and celebrate what we're doing.
Nice, man. So they can go there too. If they want to be a vendor, they can go to that same page and find out the vendor information and so forth.
Yeah. Evo Sports Global, it'll get you to all the different areas that you'd want to go. There's an event page, there's an exhibitor page, an athlete page. And then this year, we've really had a big push to get more media presence out there. So local videographers and photographers and influencers, we have an actual sub page where they can register to come out and help tell stories and share stories live during the event.
Wow, that's cool, man. And what if they want to follow Evo Sports on Instagram? Where should they go?
Sure. So our main page is Evo Sports Expo on Instagram. And then we also have a Facebook page where we do a lot of our event invites. So there's a plethora of just good information. But really, our Instagram is our main page. It's where we share stories too. So if we have athletes that are watching this right now and you're going through your journey, we want to help tell that story. Tag us, share it. We will do the same. We're here to tell that athlete story to the world. And, you guys work real hard in the background. We want to help everyone realize what it takes to be you.
Nice. I love that, man. So, Gabe, man, this has been an awesome conversation. And I want to thank you so much, man, for sharing your insights and giving us the inside scoop on the Evo Sports Expo 2025. And for everyone listening, if you're serious about growing your fitness business, scaling your brand, and making a bigger impact in the industry, this is exactly why the FitBiz Accelerator podcast exists. We bring you industry experts, proven strategies, and real-world insights to help you thrive. And if you got value from today's episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this with somebody who needs to hear it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode of the FitBiz Accelerator. Thanks for tuning in to the FitBiz Accelerator. If you found value in today's episode, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a tip or strategy to grow your online fitness business. And if you're ready to fast track your success, don't forget to check out tntfitprocoaching.com. Until next time, stay consistent, stay focused, and keep crushing it. Damn, my freaking mic, mother.